Today on Open Throttle 360, we'll take a look at the Copo Camaro, Chevy's special order high-performance vehicle. We'll take a trip to dirt heaven at Lernerville Speedway, ride along in a gorgeous restored Lincoln Zephyr, learn the ins and outs of tire management, and talk with former Poverty Neck hillbilly Chris Higbee. That's coming up on OT360.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Well, that's when I get rowdy. Just get on board, strap in, you'll understand that I'm wild, wild and crazy.
Welcome to Season 3 of Open Throttle 360. I'm Trip Clark.
And I'm Tom Lang.
And you're watching us on Root Sports, our new home, and now in more than 3 million homes.
We're back, and we'll still be bringing you the best in all things motorsports throughout the region.
You pretty much say if it has 4 wheels and a big engine, OT360 covers it.
Doesn't really need to have a big engine.
Or 4 wheels for that matter.
Well, this next segment has 4 wheels and a big engine. The Copo Camaro is a limited edition Camaro that Chevrolet is producing. It's a factory-built race car, ready to go racing right out the door. And one of the most successful drag racers in the Pittsburgh area has one. And we had a chance to talk to him. This is what's referred to as a Copo Camaro. Copo got its name back in the late 60s whenever Chevrolet had a process where you can order cars that were not available to the general public. Police cars, ambulances, special kind of cars. This is a factory-built race car. These cars are not delivered to any dealer. You have to pick them up in Wixom, Michigan or at the plant. And what makes them a race car is they are race cars. When you get in the car, it's ready to race. I picked this up at noon on a Wednesday in Wixom, Michigan, drove back here to Pittsburgh, stopped at Norwalk, Ohio, and raced the car that night in their test and tune session. This car comes from the factory with a full roll cage, a 4-link rear suspension with a strange 9-inch rear suspension. Under the hood of the car is a 427 naturally aspirated LS motor. This has been updated to 2014 with the addition of a new air box that 2012 did not have. This brings in fresh air in the grill, brings cold air into the engine. That's the Hawley EFI manifold. The changes that I've made to it since I've had it is we put a 3-speed transmission, changed the rear gear ratio, and have changed the engine. The way these cars are, the top speed is geared for a 1/4 mile. You couldn't go much past a 1/4 mile because you would be out of RPM. That speed at 145 mile an hour is at about 8,200 RPM, and the engines aren't good for much longer, they're much more than that. We have no gas tank in this car. We have a fuel cell. This is where we put the fuel in. We have 2 batteries, which we put in. The car comes with 1 battery. I put 1 additional battery. These wheelie bars are new for this year. The car did not come with bars, but these cars do a high wheel stand and can go over backwards. We've had some cars that just about went over backwards. The days of the carburetors are over. These cars are all fuel injected. That was kind of a sidelight of mine, doing carburetors for a lot of guys with race cars, particularly quadrajets. And it's kind of new to me that I have to go to a fuel injection car and not do a quadrajet anymore. Instead of tuning it with a screwdriver and whatever you would use to do it, now you got to use a laptop. Like you probably see me this morning having to reset the TPS on it. I had to do a TPS relearn with a laptop. The fuel injection cars are super consistent. There is so much adjustability in these cars, it's amazing. The way you would get one of these cars is you would have to put your name into a lotto, send it out, you go on to ChevroletPerformance.com and you fill out a survey. And you send your name in and you get put into a lottery that gets picked by a third-party company. And if you're one of the lucky ones, one of the lucky 69, Then they'll give you a call and say, are you ready to spend the money to get this car? This car was $91,000. The blower cars were $95,000. Right now in the 2014s, they're going to be close to six figures.
Still to come, one of the hottest retro cars around. A chat with a local country artist who lent his talents to the new OT360 intro. And we go to Motordrome to talk tires. That's all coming up on Open Throttle 360.
With more than 3 decades of experience and 130 suppliers under one roof, Ludy's Chevy Warehouse is your one-stop restoration shop for sheet metal, brakes, emblems, chrome, and more. Need restoration parts for Chevy Impala, Bel Air, or Biscayne? We've got a catalog for that. We've got parts for Tri-5 and Chevy trucks, Chevelle, Monte Carlo, and El Camino, Chevy Nova, and Camaro. It's all at Ludy's Chevy Warehouse. Call today for a free catalog or visit us at a swap meet near you.
It's Military Appreciation Month at Delaney Chevrolet. Drive home in a 2014 Chevy Equinox for just $199 a month for 36 months. Or lease a 2014 Cruze for $118 per month for 36 months. And we're proud to offer the Chevrolet Military Discount. Visit online at DelaneyChevrolet.com for other great offers. Hurry, these offers end May 31st. Chevrolet, find new roads. Delaney, it's all right here.
A family-owned and operated racing enterprise specializing in restoration work, chassis setup, transmission work, hard-to-find parts, and vintage car sales. Zappa Racing is the place to go for your road racing needs. Visit ZappaRacing.com and find out what the Fighting Bee is all about. Zappa Racing.
When it comes to luxury and performance, Cadillac still sets the standard. Arnold Palmer Motors in Latrobe offers the best of Cadillac luxury, including the all-new 2014 ATS, a world-class compact luxury sedan that redefines the Cadillac experience. The Cadillac CTS, Motor Trend's 2014 Car of the Year, is in a class by itself for design, safety, and engineering excellence. Visit Arnold Palmer Motors in Latrobe today and test drive the best that Cadillac has to offer.
When Lincoln introduced the Zephyr back in the mid-30s, it was intended to bridge the gap between the high-end Lincolns and the lower-priced Fords. It was one of the first successful aerodynamic designs to hit the road, and today they're popular resto cars. And you'll find a beauty winding its way through the roads of South Park. Compliments of Bruce Harvey.
When you see a sweet custom car, it's easy to be distracted by the shine of the chrome or the depth of the gorgeous paint job. But like a Picasso or a Rembrandt, there's a story behind these paint jobs. Sometimes it's stories of resurrecting high school memories. Sometimes the stories are even more poignant. Here's one of those stories.
My name is Rich Stetter from South Park, PA. We're looking at a 39 Lincoln Zephyr. It's a Decker Ride model car. When I was in high school, I redid a couple cars, but then getting married, I couldn't afford it. So until I got a little more established, got the house paid off, we were able to get more back into toys.
This particular toy was purchased on a whim during a trip that Rich took with his wife Karen to Atlantic City. At some point, it often becomes clear that you may need a little help to get it to the next level.
When I got the car, got the frame and the body, I realized that I'm building the car from scratch, which I had never done before.
Got to the point where he just didn't know what the next step would be in building the car. He did a lot of it himself and just got so frustrated.
I worked on it for probably six and a half years, and Karen said that she was tired of me complaining if I don't pay somebody to finish it, she's going to use it as a casket and bury me in it. So I went looking for somebody to finish it for her. So I found a friend that had just got his car painted. I asked him where he got it, and he told me about Bruce, and I went up and talked to Bruce and made a deal with him that he would finish the work and paint the car for me.
On a rare, beautiful spring Pennsylvania day, the sun dances across Rich's Zephyr, bringing the flames to life.
That's what most people comment about is the ghost flames. If you look at them now, they stand out. And if it's in the shade, you don't even know there's flames there. And when we have it in indoor shows, we try to highlight the ghost flames because that's what most people like. The original body came that the windows were a lot bigger and they were recessed about an inch there, which I thought in the rain or anything it's going to collect water. So I just rebuilt this whole part up with fiberglass. And the first show we had, it was at NSRA in York about 5 years ago. The first day we were there, it rained all day, and I just sat under a canopy and watched the water run down off of that, and that was my enjoyment, just watching the water run off the car for the whole day.
With only 294 miles on it, Rich's Zephyr doesn't see the road too often, so it's a privilege for our crew to not only go on a ride, but also put some GoPros into action.
We drive it when we're at shows, like back and forth to the showgrounds, and drive it around here a little bit if I want to go to a little local cruise or something. But I've had it going from Gettysburg to the showgrounds in Gettysburg. It's probably 15 miles, and I was driving it back and forth there. I had it up to about 65, and I thought, that's enough. You know, I don't want to go any faster than that, this thing. I look out there, you don't see any fenders at all. You have no idea where the front of the car is or the side of the car. Any show we're at, little kids come up and look at it, and their parents say, no, don't touch it. And I say, come on. I lift them over the chain and put them in the seat and let them sit there. And their parents are all excited and taking pictures, but that's what it's for to enjoy.
Comfortable with allowing strangers to hop into his car as passengers, does this proud grandfather let his grandkids take it for a spin?
Well, the only grandson that's around, he drives it. He drove it a little bit. He just drove it the other day for a little bit. All the rest are either in Tennessee or Florida. If they were here, I'd let them drive them, except for my grandson that's 9 months old. He can't drive it yet.
Someday.
Someday he'll drive it.
Someday.
You know, it's a car to be enjoyed. Really don't care what people think about it. You know, it's as long as I like it, that's all I care about. You know, I might see something tomorrow and decide I want to sell this and start working on another one, but I think I'd probably get divorced if that happened.
Still to come, our very own Trip Clark sits down with the country artist Chris Higby. We get the skinny on tires, and we GoPro. Coming up on OT360.
Kalmar Chevrolet's red, white, and blue celebration of savings rolls on with Silverado. Drive home a 2014 Silverado Double Cab 1500 All-Star Edition this month, and you could save as much as $8,600 now at Kalmar Chevrolet.
Looking for a one-stop shop for all of your dirt, drag, and street machine needs? Look no further than Hoosier Tire Mid-Atlantic and Precise Racing Products. Precise is the leading distributor for Hoosier Racing tires and VP Racing fuel for Pennsylvania and Maryland. We also have a wide range of parts and accessories for circle track, drag racing, and street performance. Visit PreciseRacing.com and enter coupon code OT360 to receive a free hat on your next purchase. Precise Racing Products. We sell speed.
It's the Subaru Spring Sales Event going on now through May 31st at Delaney Subaru. You'll love Delaney's great deals and huge inventory of vehicles. Lease a 2014 Subaru Impreza for $155 a month for 36 months. Or lease a 2014 Subaru Outback for $267 a month for 36 months. Visit online at DelaneySubaru.com for other great offers. Hurry, the Subaru Spring Sales Event ends May 31st. Delaney, it's all right here.
Or swimming, you can't swim, you can't open up your eyes, you know. Goodness sakes, if you go in the ocean, they're drying, they're falling out.
My wife was up on the beach and I was in the ocean and I come out of the ocean. Like I said, I can't see past this, so I'm walking up the beach and I walk up to each lady that's and they're like looking at me like I'm a pervert, you know. Sorry, I was trying to find my wife. This is great now. I was just at the beach this year and can see a lot of things at the beach now I didn't see before. It's great.
It's the red, white, and blue celebration of savings at Kalmar Chevrolet. Get up to $1,500 cash back on the 5-passenger Chevy Equinox with a top safety rating and 32 miles per gallon highway. You'll pay less in Leechburg at Kalmar Chevrolet. One of the most popular local country bands of the last decade were the Poverty Neck Hillbillies. Former member Chris Higbee was kind enough to lend his musical prowess to the opening of Open Throttle 360. I had a chance to talk with Chris about his gearhead ways and his current musical plans. We're here behind the scenes of the Open Throttle 360 intro shoot with Chris Higbee. Welcome to Open Throttle 360, Chris.
Thank you.
I'm pretty psyched that you're now the opening song for the show. What do you think?
I'm excited too. I've been a gearhead my entire life. Me and my brother, you give us a 350 Chevy and about $1,000 and we'll give you almost about 400 horsepower is the last one we did, but
nice.
That's my extent. But man, when I got the call, I was really excited. It's a chance to broaden my horizons with some racing.
Do you get out to many of the racetracks in the area?
Well, with playing all the time, we don't, but Roaring Knob and Uniontown and a couple places up in the top of the state, we get to do drag racing. My brother does dirt car. So I haven't gotten behind the wheel as much as I like, but
someday.
Now I have 2 kids, and my wife says, "Look, you got to calm it down a little bit here," So
I understand you got a pretty sweet '67 Cougar.
Yeah, '67 Cougar I built from the ground up. It wasn't the Eliminator, but yeah, it's my pride and joy. It's under a cover, and man, I've worked on cars my entire life, and the faster the better.
So what are you doing now?
Man, we're doing about 8 states right now. We're doing a lot of fairs and festivals in summer, and then we're playing the concert circuit. We're open for national acts and stuff.
Cool.
Down in Nashville, songwriting a lot and getting ready to come out with a new record. So we're busy, just loving life. I travel around with my family and my band, and we're just kicking butt and taking names.
Cool. I met your family, beautiful family,
Thank
beautiful
you.
Little kids.
Thank you.
Now, if people want to find out where they can come see you, where would they go?
ChrisHigbee.com, Facebook, Twitter. I'm on there all the time, especially hunting season because, there's not a lot to do. So I've become pretty fluent in it.
Cool, man. I'm glad you're part of the show.
Thank you.
Hey, now, I don't get to sit with world-class fiddlers very often. Now, I consider myself a back porch picker, which means I sit on the back porch. That way nobody hears me out front. But I happen to bring my...
I see that.
Do you mind if I swap out my Hoosier hat for my cowboy hat?
Let's jam it out.
All right, we'll just do a little ditty here. All right, you ready?
Yeah, hit it.
All right, let's do it.
You always got into it.
Good job.
Aerodrome Speedway. With me now is Jack Gaffney, one of the tech guys here. Jack, I've been watching what's going on here with the tires. Could you give us an explanation of what's going on?
For the 100 laps event, Stan Lasky has decided to get the tires out of the Hoosier trailer, have them mounted. Each car gets its own 4 tires, and then they're marked, and then they're stenciled so the tires cannot be changed. They're in this area and impounded till approximately 20 minutes to a half hour before the feature event. The tires are put on the car, and then once they're put on the car, they're run. We have pit officials in the front row. If in fact one of the cars does need the tire change, they have to get an official to okay the tire change. Keeps it fair amongst the field that all the tires are the same.
I guess the idea behind this is to make sure there's no funny business going on with the tires.
I don't think we've ever had that trouble. I think it's just it keeps it on an even keel early, so that way there's no chance of that happening.
So each set of tires here already belongs to one of these teams.
Right, and they come out of the trailer with the Hoosier rep. The Hoosier rep knows what tires he sells. Once they're put with a set of rims, those tires become part of that set of rims. Until this event's over, they cannot be changed.
Now, if a driver does have to change a tire, where do they get the tire to put on?
They have tires in the pits. They will start with these 4. If they have a flat or some kind of accident which damages the tire, the tech officials and the race officials will be on the front row at different locations to make sure if the tire does get changed and in fact did need changed.
Do you have other tech duties here, or are you basically worried about these tires?
We have a few guys that specialize. I do corner work. I'll drive the pace truck at times. Whatever Stan needs and the group needs, we do it.
How long did it take you to learn about this kind of stuff?
Pretty much with the guys that are teaching us, both Freddie and Ted, they do a good job, and everybody that's done it so far, they explain it to you, and it's fair across the board.
I want you to know from a racer's point of view, they appreciate the effort that the tech people go through to make sure everyone's playing on a level field. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us, Jack, and get back to work, huh?
Absolutely.
Still to come, drivers and racers from all over the area submitted their GoPro footage. See if yours makes the show.
Experience the new Buick at Delaney Chevrolet Buick. From now until May 31st, you can lease a new 2014 Verano for just $199 per month for 39 months. No security deposit required. Drive home in style and comfort with a new Buick from Delaney. Visit online at DelaneyBuick.com for other great offers. Hurry, this event ends May 31st. Delaney, it's all right here.
Honey, how's it coming?
Almost done.
Honey, how's it going?
Good.
Honey, how much longer?
All done.
Dial the Duck. 412-RESTORE. Tell your insurance provider that you prefer Duckstein.
So where's the call at, Chief? Just another weekend honeydew list at the Smith's house.
Best tires, parts, and service. Tire Town.
24 24/7. Get the gear at PennStateClothes.com. Shirts, hoodies, gifts, jerseys, and sweats. PennStateClothes.com. You bet. The family clothesline with more in store. At Penn State Clothes, you get more. 24/7. Get the gear at PennStateClothes.com. The family clothesline.
You too can be part of the show by sending us your GoPro footage. Just go to OpenThrottle360.com, click on the GoPro camera, and upload your footage. It's that simple.
Let us know you're watching and like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and keep the Gearhead conversation going on Twitter at #OT360.
Tune in every Saturday at 11 a.m. to Open Throttle 360 for the best in regional motorsports.
We'd like to wish everyone a happy Memorial Day weekend and give a special thanks and a salute to all the servicemen and women and their families who have served and are serving our country.
And in the words of Jim Morrison, keep your eyes on the road and your hands upon the wheel.
We'll see you next time.
Next week on OT360, we'll check in at the World of Wheels car show that made its way through Pittsburgh this past winter. We'll talk with a guy whose horn in his S10 will literally blow you away. We'll visit Thompson Raceway Park in Ohio and chat with a gearhead girl about her love for drag racing. That's all coming up on the next Open Throttle 360.